Today, our conversations about the health of this region continue, and it is my pleasure to turn the program over to a true friend and partner with East Tennessee State University. Jerry Caldwell is the General Manager and Executive Vice President of the Bristol Motor Speedway and Dragway. He joined the BMS Sales and Marketing Department in 1997 and was promoted to Vice President of Corporate Sales in 2009. Bristol Motor Speedway is a destination that brings thousands and thousands of people to our region every year, and we are deeply honored to have Jerry with us this morning. Please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Dr. Nolan. I am honored to be here. Brian, you've always demonstrated that you're obviously a very intelligent man and with sound judgment, so I'll try not to embarrass us. And I am sure the ladies and gentlemen here are wondering why in the world you would ask a man that works at a facility that sells hot dogs and hamburgers and popcorn, beer, turkey legs, cotton candy, and deep-fried goo-goo clusters to speak on the health and wellness in this region. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I asked myself the same thing. And the truth is that I get to witness it firsthand every day. That is the health and the wellness of this region and of this great state. Rarely a day goes by that I'm not engaged in a conversation with either an employee or a race fan on the challenges that they face. Whether that be a physical challenge or one of financial. And those challenges are real. Just this week I was having lunch with a fellow employee, and she was talking about the challenges she faces with diabetes and with heart disease. She's not alone. I've witnessed that firsthand, whether that be my own family members growing up in rural North Carolina in an environment that's very similar to this region, and dealing with diabetes, heart disease, and those big hearty meals that we all find ourselves sitting down to on Sunday afternoons at Grandma's house, and leads us down that path. It's what we've grown up around. We're not alone. Let me share a few numbers with you. The United Health Foundation just released America's Health Rankings for 2014. In 2013, Tennessee was ranked 42nd. Can anybody guess where we are now? Well, we're 45th. We're going the wrong way, 45th, headed in the wrong direction. Just like at a NASCAR race, you don't want to go backwards. The same is true in these rankings. So, let me share some others with you that are troubling. Diabetes, we rank 46th. Obesity, 47th. Physical inactivity, 49th. Poor physical health days, 49th. Smoking, 46th. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not good. Something's got to change. I personally believe that it starts with each of us. It's a personal accountability. The good Lord's given us one body, and we've got to take care of it if we're going to make an impact like we're called to do. Whatever your position of influence may be, both personally and or professionally, whatever your faith, I think we can all and should be put on this earth for a reason. We're not put here just to consume. We're put here to make an impact. And if we're going to make that impact, we've got to take care of ourselves. I have 4 beautiful children, ages 8, 7, 6, and 4. God bless my wife. I tell them all the time that life's about choices. It's about choices and consequences. You can make good choices or bad choices, and you live with consequences of each. And for the most part, those bad choices, for the most part, the same's true with our health. Sometimes that's out of our control, but most of the time it falls to lifestyle and health choices. You can make good ones, you can make bad ones. To quote the great Albert Einstein that we've all heard, if you continue doing the same thing that you're doing and expect different results, you're insane. So too often, it's late in the game whenever our body starts telling us how we're doing with those choices, because it's not a daily payback. That's the same with our state. Healthcare is costing us about 32% of the entire state budget right now. The number's steadily grown over the years and continues to cut into other programs. The Governor's Foundation and the Tennessee Department of Health estimate that it costs us around $6 billion per year to care for chronic and preventable disease and illness. $6 billion. And that's mostly because of poor choices. Not always, but for the most part, that's all about poor choices. Those choices cost others as well. This leads me to my other point on my conversations with race fans and the challenges that they face. It's financial, especially that group of 300,000 Tennesseans who are hardworking fellow neighbors. They live right among us. Those individuals with jobs who earn too much to qualify for TennCare, and either they don't earn enough to have private insurance. These challenges are very real. The people with these challenges are the individuals that we see every day at Food City, that work at the same location we work at, that go to church with us, that go to school with, their children go to school with our children, and that they are our neighbors. We're called to love them as ourselves. There's been a lot of discussion lately, this week in particular, we've all seen, of health care from both a corporate and a personal standpoint. And a question often is asked, who's responsible for that quality of life? We hear that phrase in discussing workforce expansion, personnel recruitment, and where to raise a family. I've heard Coach Torbush, just here at ETSU, recruiting players to the football program, discussing with those young men and their parents the type of education that they would get if they choose to come to school here. Talking about the quality of life they would experience in living here the next 5 years or so. Something that may lead them to decide to stay in this area upon graduation. It starts young, or at least it should. So like most productive things, it's probably safe to say its quality of life is determined by a collection of factors. Now, before we go any further, I'll go back to that question of why am I up here? What in the world's this guy doing running a sports facility with supersize everything and deep fried everything? Know about healthy living? Well, our main concern always at Bristol Motor Speedway and Dragway is the health and safety of our guests. Before the first race car ever takes to the track, a large portion of our pre-event preparation is dedicated to honing the execution of our plans as to how to take care of our visitors. Yeah, we provide sports and entertainment business and racing, and now college football. But beyond the quality of the event itself, we charge ourselves with providing a quality experience. That means various things. We distribute information in advance of our events to remind our guests of things that like staying hydrated and not skimping on sunscreen. We provide misting stations to give those guests a chance to cool themselves off when it gets really hot on those August days. It all comes with the territory of welcoming guests from all 50 states and 20 foreign countries. We have about 6,000 people on staff during a race weekend that we've trained to care for those guests. Those are the basics, but you and I both know that it goes well beyond that. We have 6 fully staffed and supplied medical centers on our property during NASCAR weekends. Includes 1 trauma unit. When those few hundred acres that are at the intersection of Highway 11 and 394 become the 4th largest city in the state of Tennessee for a couple of times each year, services to handle that population have to increase. That, of course, includes security, fire, safety, health care, and we believe in helping where we can. We have things in our concession stands that you and I both know they wouldn't qualify on a list of the healthiest choices with your personal trainer. But we also offer lighter fare. 2 years ago, we started healthy choice concession stands and spread that throughout our stadium. We've prohibited smoking inside what we consider inside our bowl for years now. We've partnered with the American Diabetes Association and Lilly Diabetes on a drive to stop diabetes. We've contributed millions of dollars through Speedway Children's Charities to causes related to children and their well-being in this region. We promote fitness with events on our property like a 5K runs. Internally, on our day-to-day operations, we've created a health and wellness team. Through fun, enjoyable programs and occasional incentives like a day off here and there, We now have a healthier workforce at BMS than we did 5 years ago. We firmly believe a healthier workforce is a happier workforce and a more productive workforce. We also firmly believe in being intentional with our choices. We're intentional with the items we use and the processes we take at BMS. We're intentional with the safety and the well-being of all of our guests. And I believe we have to be intentional with the way we care for ourselves and for our neighbors. There's some similarities in the makeup of those guests that are visiting Bristol Motor Speedway and the state of Tennessee. Around 60% of race fans are male. 60% of those full-time working uninsured in our state are male. Around 13% of our ticket holders come from the areas of Chattanooga, Knoxville, and Nashville. And around 13% of Tennessee's population is uninsured. So the health of our neighbors affects us all, especially when those neighbors come from all around the world, like they do at Bristol Motor Speedway. But for us and the rest of you here in this room, I think we all have to know that it starts right here in Tennessee, that we're called to do something. We're called to love our neighbors. And if we continue to do the same things we're doing, that is called insanity. And I don't think any of us want that. So it starts at home, and it starts with personal choices. I thank you guys again for letting me join you today. Thank you, Dr. Nolan. I look forward to a healthy discussion, healthy debate, and what that holds in store for all of us. Thank you. Have a great day.